Now, this review does contain spoiler alerts. If you have not seen Pulp Fiction, which, if you haven't, go watch it. It's a great movie. But if you have not seen Pulp Fiction, this is a spoiler alert.
Last warning.
Last warning. Today, we are reviewing Pulp Fiction.
That's right, Quentin Tarantino's 1994 classic.
Now, Pulp Fiction has the large cast of John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Tim Roth, and Christopher Walken. Tim Roth starred in the earlier Reservoir Dogs, also made by Quentin Tarantino. The plot of Pulp Fiction is two hitmen going around town trying to retrieve a stolen briefcase for their boss, Marcellus Wallace. Now, these two hitmen are John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. And they're also trying to hunt down Butch, which is Bruce Willis, and they are trying to get him for a fight that he was meant to throw, but he won. What do you like about Pulp Fiction?
Well, Quentin Tarantino's writing, it's absolutely amazing in this film. Because the characters, their dialogue is just stuff you'd see in real life, and maybe stuff you don't want to see in real life. It's really realistic, actually. Like, some of the scenes that the characters are in, the dialogue is just brilliantly written. Alright, so what do you like about the movie?
I like when all the characters somehow meet at different times in the movies and you don't expect it. When one character and another character are hanging out and then another character just adds on and it's very twisty and you're not sure where it's going, but you like it.
Yeah, because the way this movie is, it's set up, you see the scenes at different times. It's not in a chronological order. It's all interlaced in different times.
Which that is very cool and very smart by Quentin Tarantino.
Alright, no movie is perfect, so what didn't you like?
I didn't like where you don't exactly know what's going on in the film. It's brilliant that it's not in chronological order. I give so much credit to Quentin Tarantino for being not in chronological order, which is brilliant. But if you don't pay close attention, you will miss things. And then, there'll be a situation that you will say, how did that get there? And you won't know what's going on, so, better stop with the phones, doing random stuff, reading the newspaper, anything that keeps you a distraction, because it is a movie that you don't want to miss. It's a movie that you want to see and understand, because you won't regret it.
Alright, something I didn't love about the movie is sometimes it feels like scenes drag down a little bit too much. And the movie's 2.5 hours long, which really, it doesn't seem like it, but it really, some scenes you can tell a little bit that there's maybe a little too much dialogue for it. Alright, so what was your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene would have to be, hands down, the very second opening scene where Jules and Vincent go into the apartment to retrieve the stolen briefcase. Now, the whole scene is brilliant, where, they walk in, they're intimidated, they insult each other, especially Jules trying to eat his cheeseburger and drink all of his Sprite and his famous quotes. But in that scene, my favorite part is the Ezekiel verse, where he quotes it and then just blasts Brad. That's probably the best quote by Samuel L. Jackson in this movie.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Alright, so my favorite scene in the movie was the last scene in the movie where Vincent and Samuel L. Jackson's character are in the coffee shop while it's getting robbed. I think it's almost like comic relief, because Jules has the gun under there, and then he pulls out the wallet, of course, which is just nobody was expecting it. It was just pretty good.
Now, that wallet was actually Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I've read about that, and I thought the way Quentin directs his movies is he takes part of himself and puts them in. I think it's really good.
Yes. Now, what's cool about that scene is that's how Pulp Fiction starts. That you never realize that.
It just comes full circle, pretty much.
Yeah, it's an everlasting circle that just keeps continuing because it's start to finish the same place, and it's brilliant.
Want to know what I'm buying, Ringo?
What?
Your life.
So, what do you rate this movie?
All right. Well, it's a great movie, except for just it felt like some parts dragged a little bit, which is my only flaw with it. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
My review would be that it was a great movie and I loved every moment of it. Just it was hard to understand if you didn't watch all of it. Now, I know
Yeah.
it's the 21st century. People have phones, laptops. They aren't really there when they're watching movies anymore.
Especially with
which is sad.
Netflix now and just binge watching. But this is a movie you need to sit down and watch at least twice, maybe even 3 times, just to pick up little parts that are really important that you may have missed.
Yeah, and I would rate it a 9.5 out of 10 as well. So that's about the end of this review, but we both highly recommend this movie. Borrow it from a friend, Redbox, Netflix, buy it.
Anything you can get your hands on.
Yeah, anything. I recommend it that you should go watch it right now. It's even worth the Blu-ray combo pack.
Yeah,
It's-
definitely. Probably one of the best movies that's ever been made.
Stay tuned for our next review.